Welcome back to LendAPI Academy. My name is Kay, and this is the 10th and final episode in our Introduction to LendAPI series. In this series, we've explored all of the features and functionalities offered within the LendAPI ecosystem, as well as show you how to build your very own lending product utilizing LendAPI. So in our last episode, we wrapped up all of the different workflows within our workflow menu. We were able to utilize our Rule Studio to create a pricing engine, utilize our pricing engine to create an offer table, and then also utilize some of our complementary functionalities like email template, document upload, document library, and of course our agreement to create various different aspects to make the application a little bit better. And then finally, we also updated our application from 3 steps to 6 steps. So in this episode, we're going to start off by testing our final underwriting application and see what we get. So let's get started. As always, we're going to start with the Start Application button under URL, which will navigate us to our product from Product Builder. So this is our full-fledged underwriting application, and let's test. Navigating through the first 3 steps, as always, is going to be part of our intake. To generate an offer, so navigating to the next step will be our address, and then this is our final step in the pre-approval process. So if you remember, the next page that should come up is actually going to be our offer based on the information that we've entered. So let's see what we get. And it looks like that works. So we've generated an offer utilizing our rich text editor, and you'll see that the dynamic variable that we input, which is our first and last name, is present, as well as the loan amount in APR, which is actually retrieved directly from our offer table. So you'll remember that we set these 2 components to be our variable outcomes. So we're actually seeing what the offer would look like based on these rules. So let's continue the next couple steps. So the last few steps, we have our, of course, our document upload template. We added a step here for IDV verification, asking the users to upload a document. So let's go ahead and pretend to upload a document here in lieu of our driver's license and continue forward. And then we reach our final step, which of course is our contract agreement with the user. And this is the agreement we created in our agreement functionalities under workflow menu. And you'll see that we also here added some dynamic variables as well, where we have our first and last name, and of course our derived variables from our offer table. So everything looks in place. Let's go ahead and input our signature field here. So you will notice as part of the LendAPI package that we do give you a e-sign functionality as part of our standard platform that allows you to generate e-signatures directly within the LendAPI product. So if you are looking to generate e-signatures and do not want to pay hefty prices for some of the e-sign software out there, you can utilize our out-of-the-box functionality. So with that, we have successfully continued and we've navigated to our final approved application. And as a user, we've completed the underwriting step. So this is very exciting. The next and final information I want to show you is actually our back office feature. So as an added tool within LendAPI for users who want to navigate and utilize a back office functionality or dashboard and don't necessarily have a fully fledged back office dashboard, we have one generated for you. And this is within our applications menu up here. So you will see we have our applications, customers, and tenants. And these are available, of course, to all of our LendAPI customers. And you have the capability to utilize this as your manual approval or for security checks. So let's go through the applications wizard first. In the applications wizard, you will have a full list of all the applications that have run through your product, and you'll see timestamps as well as a product name and then the status. If you click on the ID itself, this will actually take you to the application details. You'll see again the status, the information, and then all of the information that has been filled out by the user. One very cool thing that we built in for our credit teams or lending teams is actually our underwriting results. So if you click on View Details under the underwriting results, you will actually see the exact decision tree and outcomes that have been generated for this particular application. So based on the information that was inputted in this application, the specific outcome was reached, and these are the parameters that generated this positive outcome. And then, of course, based on this information, this is the offer table information that was generated based on the conditions that we set in the offer table. So this added step gives your lenders and creditors another set of security that you don't have to build. So with that, you can always double check and make sure that all of your decisions and your offers are functioning correctly. Navigating through, you will see the actual offer for approved offer. So these are taken directly from the pricing engine system's outcome. So these, of course, are offer amount as well as our APR. And then following next, you will see our document library. You will notice that LendAPI as a platform is SOC 2 compliant. So we have a full security suite and are able to actually store a lot of your documents if you want to utilize us as a document storage site, as well as store all of the PII information. So in here, you'll see all of the documents that are part of this application itself, which the first you will see is the driver's license that was uploaded by the user that you can actually preview and download as well. So for those that are utilizing a manual underwriting, this gives you that added step. And then secondary to that, you'll see the offer agreement that we've added into this particular application that was signed by user. And of course, you can see the offer, and you will also see, as part of the offer agreement feature, the signature, IP address, and timestamp for extra compliance reasons. So we give you the full e-signature stamp for you to utilize in case of audits. And then of course you have the capability to download. And then finally, any email details that are associated with this application, as well as all of the data. So this is all of the variables that are either input or output or even derived variables that are being utilized for this particular application. And you'll see all of the variable codes as well as the values. This piece of feature here is extremely valuable if you are utilizing third-party data sources such as your bureaus or your plats. Those data will be automatically populated here in a digestible value, so you don't have to dig through JSON files and code bases to retrieve this information. You'll be able to come in here and view all of the values per application. And then finally, for an extra step in added security, we do provide you with the application history details. This is actually a full log of all the information and actions that were generated by the applicant. So you'll see that the applicant has gone through each of the different pages and then landed on an approval. We do also log the history of the application after it's been decisioned. So for example, if you are a creditor that requires an extra step in your approval process, you can actually assign analysts to come in here into the back office and manually review to decline or approve an application. So let's say I am a creditor and I want to decline this said application. I can set this action to decline and then set the specific outcome and send a note, applicant declined, and save this. And you'll see, are you sure you want to decline this application? And then this will generate this as a declined application. You'll see the status has changed, and you'll also see this logged in our history where the applicant or user has been declined, and it's based on the actions of an analyst or an admin in the LendAPI system. So you as a LendAPI client can set as many analysts or admins to come in and be your back office reviewers. So with that being said, I also want to show you the customer portal. This feature allows you, the client, to the user, to go through all of the different unique customers that have run through your specific LendAPI systems and see when this information is created. And if you are collecting email, the email that is also collected here as well. So if you click on this, it will actually take you to said information within the customer application. Now, this is extremely valuable because if there is ever any detection of fraud or by an applicant, you can actually blacklist certain applicants by selecting them. So all you have to do is action out on an applicant to blacklist them. You can cleanse the email or blacklist the customer. And blacklisting a customer will mean that this unique identifier, this email, will not be allowed to proceed in the application if they've been blacklisted. So if you are utilizing email as your unique identifier, the next time said user utilizes their email, it will not be able to generate through the application itself, and will flag the applicant as a fraudulent application. So again, all of this is readily available for all users within the LendAPI platform as an added step in security. So with that, I want to thank you for following along on our series in the introduction to LendAPI, and we hope to see you back for future videos on the LendAPI Academy channel. And as always, please subscribe and follow along for more content. Thank you, and cheers.